Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the New Orleans Kings franchise as we end Season 2 here in this episode. We have a 6-game race here for first place. We are tied for first with the Athletics. Let's just paint the picture right here. We made a few trades at the trade deadline, acquiring Jake Cave, acquiring Tyler Glasnow, Reese McGuire as well. And now we are in position to make the playoffs here in Season 2. What a remarkable turnaround from Season 1, having the worst record in the MLB. Now, the Angels and Rangers are probably out of the race. Probably one more win by either of us, and we will eliminate them. And then, looking at the wild card, it's do or die. We have to win this division in order to make the playoffs because the wild card is already pretty much won over by other teams. So, 6 games left. A 3-game set with the Athletics, a 3-game set with the Angels. And first, we will take on the Athletics. We could create a little bit of a gap in first place with the win here. We will give the ball to Tyler Glasnow to start out the first game of this series. So here he is facing Tommy Edman to lead it off for the Oakland Athletics. A hard shot up the middle, and that's going to be run down by Marcus Semien, playing in a little bit of a shift that time. And that brings up Matt Chapman with 2 outs here in the first, and he's going to swing and miss. And that's the one thing that I love about Glasnow. He is a strikeout pitcher, and he gets out of that first inning. No damage done. So that brings up David Bodie, hitting .328. He will lead our team in average this season, no matter what he does in these last 6 games. He is way above anybody else. That brings up Yasiel Puig, hitting into 3-hole. You can see the numbers here. Definitely dipped down quite a bit. August and September have been rough for him, and that's why his average is down to 269. At one point, it was in the high 300s early in the season, and here he hits one deep to center field, and that one is going to be run down, and David Bodie will stay at first base. That brings up Jesus Aguilar, who's hitting absolutely terrific. I mean, he is not a guy that hits for average, but here he hits one hard up the middle, and Bodie trying to get to third on that one. And the outfield is even playing deep. That's why we went on that one, and we still got gunned out. So that brings us to the top of the 3rd inning. Here is Glasnow giving up a hit to the left center gap. And look at Tapia, plays it off the wall pretty weird, but he comes up throwing, and the relay is perfect. And Scooter Gennett, nice throw that time. Tapia recovers after playing the ball off of the wall weird. As we move on to the later of the 3rd inning, 2 outs, fly ball. Justin Thompson runs that one down. He's playing in left because Tapia has a better arm in center. I really need that arm, as you can see on that relay throw. So here comes Justin Thompson up in the 3rd inning. Not hitting the greatest. He had a pretty good debut, I'd say. I mean, it was a decent debut. But now he's hitting the leadoff spot. I really love what he can do as far as just getting around the bases. So I love him in that leadoff spot. He's going to be great in the future. This year, maybe it's just jitters, but he has scored a few runs. So here in the bottom of the 4th inning, here is Puig up at the plate. He drives one deep over the left fielder, and that one's going to knock off the wall, and it's going to be a leadoff double here for the Kings here in the bottom of the 4th inning, his 35th double of the year. That brings up Aguilar, who watches one on the outside. That's a wild pitch. That one was way out of the zone. And now we got a man on 3rd base. Jesus Aguilar just put the ball in play. And let's see what he does. It's going to be a ground ball. That one will score the runner from 3rd. And look at this. It might be, no, it's an out. Jesus Aguilar with 0 speed. He will not beat that one out. Man, if you can get a first baseman who has speed, I mean, you are at an advantage because there are not a lot of first basemen with speed at all. It's just power and nothing but sluggish running. And here is a fly ball, Scooter Gennett to the other second baseman. As now we take the 1-0 lead as we move on to the 5th inning. Here is Corey Lee, the promising young prospect, and I'm expecting him to probably win Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure who else is there for his competition, but he starts it out here in the 5th inning with a hit. But that brings up Tapia, who's hitting the ball extremely well since being moved up, hitting about 290, and he's going to beat that one out on the errant throw. And now we got guys on 1st and 2nd. Here's the other rookie who probably won't be eligible for Rookie of the Year, but he hits one deep to left field, and it's going to be over the left fielder, and we are going to try to score Corey Lee with 75 speed as a catcher. That is excellent, and he does. He makes it all the way from 2nd. There we go. It's 2-0 here versus Oakland, and we still got no outs in the inning. They're going to bring in somebody out of the bullpen here. They've seen enough, And let's see, is it going to be James Kapperlin out of the bullpen? And here is David Bodie as he hits one to the right side. That's an easy ground ball, though. It's a tailor-made double play. As we moved our runner to third base, Yasiel Puig at the plate with 2 outs. Can he drive in another run? And he does. He just strokes this one deep to center field. That one will make it all the way to the warning track. And it's 3-0 here in the 5th inning. Nice start to this series. Already shutting them out here through the first 5 innings and doing some damage at the plate. That brings up Aguilar, who hits one deep to left field. It's driven back, and it's going to be gone. Jesus Aguilar, his 25th of the season. That's exactly what I was expecting from him. A 25 home run season, that's what I was projecting for him. And let's see what Glasnow can do out on the mound with the 5-run cushion. A hit up the middle. That's Tony Kemp. And Tapia cannot play that one right. It gets all the way to the wall. Good thing that Kemp doesn't have great speed, because that one probably could have been an inside the park home run. And we get it to the cutoff man. And it's going to be a leadoff triple here to start the 6th inning. As that brings up Jonah Heim hitting in the 9 hole. He's 1 for 1 in this game. He hits a ground ball to short. And it is going to be a run scored here for Oakland. But we still have the 4-run cushion. Let's see if Glasnow can get out of this inning with Matt Chapman at the plate. He's 0 for 2. I fear Matt Chapman here in this series because he hits the ball extremely well versus us, but that is going to be a fly ball to right field. Yasiel Puig, nice jump on that one. Runs it down close to the warning track. So that brings us into the 7th inning. Here is Tapia at the plate. The lefty hits one to the right center gap, and that one is going to be in Triple's alley for him. And he will make it. Nice slide that time away from the tag. And Matt Chapman couldn't lay it on him. And that's his 2nd triple since being moved up. That brings in Pettit out of the bullpen. Here's Justin Thompson. Just put the ball in play. And here he drives one deep to left field. And it's a fly ball. But I don't know if that's deep enough. We are going to tag Tapia. He has decent speed. And he is going to be safe. And now it's a 6-1 lead here for your Kings. Sacrifice fly for Justin Thompson, the leadoff man, as that brings up David Bodie. Hitting .328 as I highlighted earlier. He gets one up in the zone. He won't miss it. Let's see if it's got the legs, and it does. It's a home run. 7-1 here for the New Orleans Kings. His 21st of the year. All these guys are hitting extremely well as far as home runs. We're not getting a team total home runs as high as what I'd want, but Jesus Aguilar, Bodie, also Simeon's hitting home runs as well. Well, speaking of home runs, that brings up Jake Cave, who drives one deep in the 8th inning, and that is another one. Jake Cave has the potential to be a good 4 hitter for us. Now, we did trade for him at the deadline, but he has come through. He's hitting about .295 for us. And now, here we are moving on to the 9th inning. Rowan Wick on the mound, and we will get out of this first game with the victory, 8-1 for your New Orleans Kings. And Oakland only scored 1. Great game pitching by Tyler Glasnow. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned, and 5 hits given up. If I can get that production out of him, I mean, we are going to be scary in the future. So we move on to the next game in the series, and I wanted to quick manage a couple of these games because obviously I do not have the time to play every single game. That would be entirely too long, and I do want to get through multiple seasons as quickly as possible, and I love this feature. So we do hop out to the 3-1 lead here in the 7th inning, and here's Jose Urquidy on the mound, and I have been on the fence about Urquidy. He's been decent for us, but it's very inconsistent. And here's David Bodie. He gets a home run in the 8th inning, giving us a 4-3 lead after Oakland ties it up. And we do finish this game with the win. Craig Stammen gets the win. Nate Jones, his 45th save of the season. As we move on to the next game, Forrest Whitley will get the start in this one, the promising young prospect, and he does not start out well. Gives up 3 runs in the 1st inning. And like I said, I've been on the fence about Urquidy, but, you know, I have some promising young prospects. I'm not sure about his future with the team, but we're focused on this season right now. But you can see right here, we are down 8-4 here in the 8th, and Oakland is just pouring it on. They keep getting base runners, more runs, and they end up winning 9-4. Jason Hayward goes 3 for 5. Remember, he did sign with them in the offseason, and he also has 4 RBIs. Big win for Oakland, avoiding the sweep. So now we still have this lead here, one game up, 86-73 to Oakland's 85-74. And they will finish the season versus the Seattle Mariners, an easier schedule for them down the stretch. And then here we are playing the Angels, who have a tough lineup every time you face them. They are 81-78, eliminated from the playoffs, but they're definitely motivated as well. I mean, this is still a divisional rival. They want to eliminate us from the playoffs, and let's see what we do versus this tough lineup. Here's Anthony Rendon starting out the first game of this series in the top of the first inning. At least we start out at home, but Anthony Rendon goes deep. His actually second season with this team now, and he does give the Angels the 1-0 lead here, as that brings up Justin Thompson here. He's 1 for 1 in this game. He hits a ground ball to the shortstop, and the throw is going to be offline, and that is going to be error reached base for Justin Thompson. And now that brings up David Bodie, leading our team in average. Inside curveball. He's going to watch that one. Bases loaded here. Only a 1-run game here in the third inning. 1 out in this inning with Yasiel Puig at the plate. Gets one right over the middle, and he grooves one deep to left field, and it's going to be out of the outstretched arms of the left fielder, Justin Upton, and that is going to be 2 runs scored here. We should have been on our horse on that one, and it's a 2-1 lead here in the third inning. Nice hit that time from Puig, as that brings up Jesus Aguilar, hitting spectacular so far. He hits a blooper to center field. That one will get down. It will score 1. It will try to advance the runner from first to third, and it will be a slide-in safe for Yasiel Puig. 3-1 here in the third inning, as that brings up Marcus Semien. Let's keep it going. He is our highest paid guy in the organization, but a ground ball to short, and it's going to be a double play. They get out of that inning. But we do score 3 runs here, as here is Rowan Wick on the mound. As we fast forward to the 7th inning, here is Chris Davis, who I absolutely hate facing in the show. He goes deep so many times. And once again, he strokes one, and that's not coming back. Man, that guy is one of those guys that's maybe not OP on this game, but every time you face him, I mean, it's like a home run or a strikeout. That's what it seems like it's with Chris Davis. So now we move on to the bottom of the 7th. Here is Justin Thompson, the promising young prospect. David Bodie on deck as well. Let's see if he can keep this inning going. 1 out, man on first base, and he strokes one deep. This is a tie ball game, 5-5. And Justin Thompson, his first home run of his major league career. Welcome him to the big leagues. Man, he is going to be a good leadoff hitter in my opinion. He's got power. He's got the awareness on the base pass to steal bases and score runs. So now we move on to the top of the 8th inning here with bases loaded. Craig Stammen on the mound, and we walk one in. So the Angels take the 6-5 lead. Here's Andrelton Simmons to the plate. He's going to hit one deep to left field. Justin Thompson doesn't have the strongest arm, but he will come up throwing home, and that is going to not be in time. 7-5 here as the Angels grab the lead late. Here's Yi-Man Choi at the plate, who signed with them in the offseason. He goes to right field, and that one will be a single here. Bases loaded, 1 out here. Craig Stammen, let's see if he can get Anthony Rendon out. Fly ball, center field, Tapia's there, but that is definitely deep enough for the tag up at third base, a sacrifice fly. And now 8-5 in the 8th inning. Will we recover? Let's see if we can just get out of this inning. Chris Davis once again at the plate. Ground ball to first, and it looks like that is going to be a throw to second. The 3rd out of the inning. As we move on to the 9th here, Justin Thompson, 2 outs, down by 4. He's just going to pop one up, and that is going to be the game here in the first game of this series. So we drop one, allowing the Athletics to at least tie us up in the race. And Steven Souza goes 2 for 3, 13 hits to our 9, and we get the loss there. As now we move on to the second game of this series, as here is our team hitting the ball well. 8-2 here in the 3rd inning, and we jump out to a big lead. Tyler Glass now on the mound again, and he does get tired really quickly, so we had to pull him in the 5th. And we do score some more runs, though. We give up 3, but get 2 right back. 11-5 as we move on to the 7th. They score a run. We're going to bring in Stammen again. He's still on the mound. He gives up a run. We bail him out that time. subbing in Chris Davinsky out of the bullpen. And then we end up winning here 11-6, 15 hits to 13 hits. Man, like I said, the Angels have one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball right now. And looking at them, they do put up some runs on us, but we get the victory. As now one more game left. And let's see if we can finish it off. The Athletics did lose one of the games versus the Seattle Mariners. So now with one game left on the schedule, let's see what they do. And we're going to simulate this, and they win it. So this is a win or go, not even go home, win or one game playoff for the division here. So we have to win this game. This is crucial. Now Tyler Glasnow is slated to pitch. Obviously he's not going to because we just pitched him. So we bring in Jose Urquidy. Like I said, I have been on the fence about him. If he wanted a chance to prove me wrong, this would be the game for sure, because I need to see what he has. He's got to do it here in this clutch situation with our season on the line. Let's just see what he's got. So here we are, back out at home. 6 straight home games to end this season. And let's see if he can get out of this first inning with no damage done. Here's Yi-Man Choi at the plate. And he just golfs one, just hacks at it. And it goes down the left field line away from the shift. And that one will be fielded off the wall by Justin Thompson. And that's going to be a double. And up comes Mike Trout, who got the day off in that first game. That's why you didn't see him. And he hits one to the left side, and it's going to be a hit. And Justin Thompson comes up throwing. Good thing Yi-Man Choi only has 19 speed. He will hold up at third base. That brings up Anthony Rendon, who hits a slider right to the shortstop. Simeon to Scooter, and that's a double play there. Nice scoop by Corey Lee, who gets to start at first base today. So now let's move on to the bottom of the first inning. Here is Thompson, and that's what I love about him, man. He's going to be a really good leadoff hitter for us. Starting out this inning with a single, and now that brings up David Bodie. His average is up to 333, hit and run, but he hits a chopper to second base, and it's going to be an easy ground ball that time, and that's an out at first base. Where that does bring up Jake Cave, who's hitting extremely well. So I have him hitting in the 4-hole this game, and he hits one to the right side. Justin Thompson's on his horse. Let's see if he's in, and look at that close play at home. It's a safe, and that's going to be a 1-run lead here for the Kings as we move on to the second inning. Here, Urquidy getting into a little bit of trouble. A deep shot off of the center field wall, and Tapia plays it wrong. It kind of hits off of his body, and he doesn't field it. So now that allows a runner to come in to score. So now 1-1 here in the second inning. And now let's see if we can get out of this situation here. Man on third base. This is Rob Brantley in the 9-hole. He hits a ground ball to Simeon, and he fields it cleanly first, and that's an out. It's 1-1 as we move on to the bottom of the fourth inning. So Jake Cave already 1 for 1 with the RBI. He rips one to the right side. Make it 2 for 2 in this game. As now we got a man on first base here with no outs. Marcus Simeon. He is kind of living up to the contract. We knew what he would be, about a 285 hitter. He's hitting a little below that, about 271, 272. And he hits one up the middle. And that one will advance Jake Cave. So now guys on the corners here with no outs in the inning. Here is Reese McGuire, who we acquired at the deadline to kind of help with Corey Lee behind the plate. He hits one to second, and it's going to be a ground ball into a double play, but Reese McGuire beats it out. So there we go. 1 out here in the inning. We take the 1-run lead, and that brings up Scooter Gennett. Let's see what he can do. He's 1 for 1 in this game as well. He gets one right over the middle of the plate. He strokes it. Will it have legs? It does. It's a home run. 4-1 here. His 22nd of the year. You know, that's the thing. You know, Gennett, Bodie, Aguilar, all these guys in the middle of our lineup, they hit home runs. I don't know about the rest of our lineup, but those 4 guys right in the heart of our lineup, they know how to hit the ball deep. And it is a 4-1 lead, but the Angels tie this game right back up in the 4th inning. As here is Anthony Rendon. He goes the opposite field, and now they take the lead right back. It's 5-4 here. As we move on to the middle parts of this game, Anthony Rendon has been tearing the cover off the ball this series. As we bring in Ryan Stanek, Urquidy gets pulled. I just did not like what I saw from him this game. I don't know about his future with us, but we will need him down the stretch, so let's see. Here is David Bodie after getting out of that inning. He comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and he will start out this inning with the walk. As that brings up Jake Cave, already 2 for 2, and look at that one. I mean, just left one over the middle. He strokes it. But now this at-bat continues after the foul ball. So now 3-2 count here, 1 out. And they leave one up in the zone again. Jake Cave drives it deep. Let's see if it does get over the right fielder's head. It will bounce off of the wall, and that one will be a run score. David Bodie scores all the way from first base, and Jake Cave 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs in this one, having a huge game. As that brings up Marcus Semien, 1 for 2 in this game, hitting in the 5 hole, and he gets one over the heart of the plate, and he drives one deep to Oppo, and it's going to be crushed. That one just carried 429 feet, his 33rd home run of the year. I did not expect him to hit 33 home runs. That one actually might be his career high. I'll have to check after this game. So now 7-5. Here's Rowan Wick, who we also acquired at the deadline. He is going to hit 1-2 left field with guys on 2nd and 3rd, and it's going to be another run scored for the Angels. They're not going away quietly, as now it's 6-7 here in the 6th inning. That brings up Andrelton Simmons with 2 outs. He's just going to hit a ground ball, and that one will be the 3rd out of the inning. As now here is Corey Lee up to the plate. Here in the 6th inning, he's going to start it out with a shot down the right field line. That one gets all the way to the wall in right field. Played off the wall nicely, but a stand-up double here for the young catcher, his 28th of the year. A lot of doubles for him. So that brings up Ramiel Tapia, who I highlighted is hitting really extremely well. He hits one up the middle, another RBI single, make it a double. It's 8-6 here in the 6th inning, and now we had a man on second base with no outs, but now with 2 outs, we still can't drive him in. Yasiel Puig is just going to fly out to Rendon in right, and now I don't think that's Rendon actually. And now, here we are in the top of the 7th. Chris Davis at the plate. Man, I fear this guy. But here is a pitch in the dirt, and that is probably why that pitch is in the dirt. I hate pitching to him. You got to pitch around him. And now a pass ball. It's 7-8. So here comes Chris Davis back up to continue this at bat, and he just strokes one to left field, makes it all the way to the warning track. And now 8-7. As you move on to the bottom of the 7th, here is Jake Cave. Here hitting great for us in this game, 3 for 3. And look at Zach Kelly. He goes up in the zone. That one was just a straight miss. And that brings up Semien. He walks as well. So now guys on 1st and 2nd here. No outs in this inning. Reese McGuire at the plate. But I'm going to be smart here. We're going to bring in Billy Hamilton to bunt these guys over. And here he bunts one down the 3rd base line, and is going to be thrown to 2nd actually, so they get the force out at 2nd. And now guys on 1st and 3rd here. We're going to send Billy Hamilton, and Scooter Gennett gets one over the middle of the plate, and he hits one deep to center field. That one is deep enough to score the runner from 3rd, and Trout with a great arm that time throws it to the cutoff man, but not even close. It's now 9-7 here. Let's see if we can seal this one up. We send Billy Hamilton on the next pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout. Corey Lee watches that one. As we move on to the bottom or the top of the 8th inning, here is Souza Jr. at the plate, and he hits one hard to right center. These guys will just not go away. They want to stay in this game at every opportunity they get. And now they start out this inning in the top of the 8th with a man on second base. That brings up Travis Blackenhorn, who hits one up the middle, and it's going to get through. Tapia's going to come up throwing, but he's not going to be in time. And it's now 9-8. We keep trading runs in this game as we go to our bullpen and bring in Chris Davinsky. He is pitching decent, not great this year, but we definitely need him in this situation. He gets the next batter to fly out right behind the plate, and that's going to be caught by Reese McGuire, who's playing catcher today. And now that brings up Yi-Man Choi with 2 outs. And he's just looking 9-8 as we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see if we can add some insurance. Here is Yasiel Puig, who's 0 for 4 in this game. But look who's behind him, Jake Cave, who is 4 for 4. So he needs to get on to give Jake Cave an opportunity maybe to drive the run in. But he's going to do it himself. Puig, clutch hitting on that one, gives us a little bit of insurance. It's 10-8 here, as this is going to bring up Jake Cave. He is hot in this one, and he is going to just look at that one. I meant to say he was 3 for 3. And now we move on to the 9th inning. We are 3 outs away from a first playoff bid in franchise history. Here's a ground ball up the middle, and it gets through. So now they got a man on first base. That's Rendon again. Man, that guy is killing us as we bring in the closer, Nate Jones. 45 saves on the year. Let's make it 46. Here is Justin Upton at the plate, but he's going to get walked. So now guys on first and second with the man I always talk about, Chris Davis, and he's looking inside slider. That was actually a miss on that one. And now 2 outs. Steven Souza Jr. at the plate. 3 for 4 in this game. He hits one to the left side, and that one is going to get through. Justin Thompson, he's going to come up throwing, and let's see at the throw. It's on target, but somehow Reese McGuire kind of moves up to get it. He could have waited back. That guy was slow. So now, guys on first and second, and it's a strike 3. Nate Jones, the 3rd out of this inning, and that one will do it. 10-9. Man, my heart was beating this entire game. Man, this is insane. We make the playoffs after a 1-year turnaround, and we are winning the division here in the AL West. 88-74. Now, a lot of you guys predicted that I would have 70 wins this season. That was kind of what I was predicting. I predicted 72 to be exact. I did not expect us to be this good this quickly. We have really turned it around here, and I am excited for the playoffs. So since this episode is a little bit longer than what I'm used to doing, we will recap season 2 in the next episode. Then we will hop into the playoffs in the following episode. So I do want to highlight some stuff and just look at stats around the league, how guys are doing, and our playoff roster. So you don't want to miss that one. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I be trying to do me, but they be trying to copy though. Only problem with that is they not me though. People act cool, but really they be shysty though. They say they got your back, but they ain't even behind me though. I be low key, but police be trying to find me.